one guy who's got hopes set on, he's got his eyes set on Energy Stadium, if, of course, his Gobblers can get past what will be a very fun semifinal matchup with West Orange Stark, is Travis Reeve, the head coach of the Cuero Gobblers, and he joins us now here on DCTF Live. Coach Reeve, congratulations on your big win.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I imagine that this was a game that you're playing a district rival in Senton, a team that had already beaten you, albeit in a very close game. I imagine that it was particularly satisfying to really come out and establish an early tone and come away with a big win over a district rival.
Well, it was. Senton is, got a tremendous program. Coach Allen and his staff do a great job, and we got a lot of respect for them and have had some close battles with them over the years. And, to be able to play them for the Region 4 championship and be able to come out with a win was certainly a tremendous accomplishment for our kids, and we're awful excited about it.
The second time around against a team, how much of your game plan, especially when you played them so close, 14-10 in your first meeting, you guys lost, how does your game plan change from the first game to the second game?
Well, I think one of the things that we learned, we played Yoakum in the playoffs for last year, and that was the second time that year that we played them, and following that game, I felt like in some areas we probably outthought ourselves a little bit in changing a few things, and just going into this game, felt like we had a good plan against them the time before, and that we just needed to execute a little bit better, finish some drives, finish the game off, and we tweaked maybe a couple of little things, little nuances, but in large part, did a lot of the same things and just tried to do them better the second time around, and our kids really executed well.
We're talking with Travis Reeve, the head coach of the Cuero Gobblers, here on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation, hashtag DCTF Live. Coach, I want to take you back to maybe a less fun time of the season. From September 18th to October 23rd, you guys played 5 games, and you lost 4 of them.
Yes.
You don't see a lot of teams that go on that lose 4 out of 5 and make it to a state semifinal. Was there ever a moment of doubt for you during the season?
Well, we certainly had our share of adversity, but I always felt like our kids, once we got healthy, we had a tremendous number of injuries at the beginning of the year, and then we had a lot of really young kids. We graduated a lot of seniors last year. And when you combine the injuries with our youth and not being able to have the same starting lineup, week in, week out to build consistency, I just felt like, if we could ever get healthy and begin to get some consistency, that we could potentially get on a roll. And, Lord's blessed us with good health this second part of the season. And things have just come together. And it's a testament to our kids. They could have quit midseason and said, we just got too many things going against us, but they never did, and they're being rewarded for it now.
Coach, I don't know if you know this, but usually teams, when they lose a superstar running back like you guys did with DeAnthony Hopkins, they aren't better the next year. And yet, here you guys are. You've lost just a transcendent talent in DeAnthony Hopkins, who's now really doing, who's starring now at Blinn. But you lose a guy like that. How were you able to replace or at least find a way to work around losing a guy as good as DeAnthony?
Well, you don't replace a guy like DeAnthony. At the beginning of the year, I told some people that I don't think we had 2 guys that we could stack on top of each other to be as big and fast as DeAnthony. But the thing is that we just had a lot of kids that have stepped in, and it's really been a group effort. Going into the season, felt like that the strength of our offense was going to be our offensive line. We had several guys back from last year's offensive line, and they've played exceptionally well all year. And then, we moved Alex Martinez to quarterback. This is the first time he's played quarterback since he was a freshman, and he's really improved a lot over the course of the year. Then DeAnthony's brother, Zach Hopkins, has been a 3-year starter for us and was our fullback last year. And, he was one of the guys that was injured early in the year, and as we got into district play, we started being able to use him on offense as well as defense, and Then we've got some freshman receivers and backs that have just improved, and it's just been one of those years where we don't have that one go-to guy, but we got several players that when it's their turn to step up, they stepped up for us.
We're talking with Travis Reeve, the head coach of the Cuero Gobblers here on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation, #DCTF Live. Coach, you mentioned all the weapons you have on offense, but to me, and by all means, you've seen them more than I have. Correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like the defense has really been what's taken a big step forward in this playoff run. You guys just smothered a very good Sinton offense in this past week.
Yeah.
I imagine that for you, it's quite satisfying to see your defense roll out there and dominate like they have.
Absolutely. Our defense, this second half of the season has really played extremely well. And, it's an old cliche, but defense wins championships. And when you can play great defense, you give yourself a chance. And our defense, they've just taken on an attitude of, wanting to be a stingy defense. And, I think defensive line-wise, our defensive line has played exceptionally well, controlling the line of scrimmage. Zach Hopkins in the middle is this is his third year as being our middle linebacker, and has played exceptionally well. And then we've had some guys that that this is their first year on the varsity, and as we've gone throughout the year, they've gone from thinking about what to do and to just reacting and playing fast. And they've really played big for us this season.
You guys now draw West Orange Stark in the semifinals, a squad with a lot of pedigree, and as I'm sure you've seen on film, an outstanding football team. Not asking you to give away your game plan here, but when you watch West Orange Stark on film and when you start breaking down your game plan, what are you seeing from the Mustangs?
Well, number one, you just see the wow factor of, the athleticism that they have all over the field. They got weapons everywhere. Obviously they're a well-coached football team. Coach Thompson, and his staff do a tremendous job of, getting athletes the ball, coaching them up well on defense. They're good in special teams. There's just not many weaknesses, and so, it's the type of football team that you expect to play in a semifinal round. They certainly fit the bill of a great football team, and we're going to have to play well and continue to do the things that we've been doing over our playoff run to match up with them.
Our good friend Mike Foreman at the Victoria Advocate has a great piece up on victoriaadvocate.com about your game against Sinton, your win, and there's a quote from your quarterback, Alex Martinez, and I'll read it here. "I think we're a team, I don't want to be corny here, but a team of destiny. We make our own story." From the coaching perspective, are you in agreement with your quarterback?
Well, I am. This group of seniors and this football team, when we started district play, we were 2-4, and when we started district play, we said that start of district was going to be a new season for us, and it has been, and ever since then, we've just taken off, and at the beginning of the playoffs, we have a goals meeting every Thursday before our Friday night game, and one of our kids brought in a highlight video that he had laying around the house or something from our 2004 state champion, or state finalist football team, and said, "Coach, can I play this at the end of the meeting?" I said, "Sure." And so all the kids, they sat in there and watched it, and at the end, I said that you guys, there's not any difference between you guys and that football team. The only difference is that they decided that's what they want to do, and they committed to it, and they started talking about them being a team of destiny, and that they wanted to write their story, in the Gobbler tradition. There's a lot of tradition here in Cuero, and just like there is at West Orange Stark and other places in the state of Texas, and they want to make their mark, and they've certainly done a good job of that to this point.
One more question before we let you go, Coach. you guys do have one of the most unique mascots in the state. With the Gobblers. Obviously, when you grow up in Cuero, I imagine that it's something that's bred into you. But from your perspective as a coach, how do you tell your kids, go out there and fight like Gobblers?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. When we talk about the Cuero fighting Gobblers, our kids don't think about the animal per se. They think about all the guys that have come before them and have given us the opportunity to be able to wear the green and white. The guys that have played in state championship games over the years, and they want to be just like them. And so when we talk about fighting like Gobblers, we're talking about fighting like those that have come before us.
It is 2 p.m. Saturday at Houston's Tully Stadium. The Cuero Gobblers will take on West Orange Stark in the 4A Division II state semifinals. And on the sideline for those Gobblers is going to be Coach Travis Reeve. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on all your success so far. And, hey, let's plan on seeing each other maybe next Friday.
That'd be great. I appreciate you guys, and thank you for what you do for covering our kids and covering high school football. We really appreciate it.
We're happy to do it. Thanks so much, Coach.